Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I am slightly late. I apologize. I got a call just before I come on. Doing ministry means, I'm just going to check the sound. Doing ministry means, yeah.
Ministry
Okay,
means,
great.
I'm just
Doing
going to check the
ministry
sound.
means having to be at, sometimes the fingertips responding to people. Now, I'm not sure if I was on yesterday. I should have been. It says it's streamed live, but I can't see it on my channel, so I'm confused. I don't know what happened. But good afternoon, and for those who are just joining the channel, my name is Joanna Daniel, and I'm a counselor. I live in Wales with I'm a homeschooling mom as well. So not because of the pandemic, but I've always done that. And we do retreats and conferences that provide a safe place for people who have experienced childhood trauma to heal. We also have an online healing school, and we'll put all the details in the below this video. Now we're doing this. I'm here every day live at 1 p.m., sometimes with a colleague, because of this crisis that we're in, and we're in winter, and we know it's difficult for people to manage. And we wanted to provide resources for people. So we're here live every day, every weekday at 1 p.m., and there's going to be a pre-recorded video in on the weekend. And this weekend, pre-recorded video is going to be me making something. I don't know. Foods that heal. We're going to be focusing on that, and I'm going to make something. I'm not sure if it's going to be a dessert or if it's a savory dish. Maybe I might make a semi-raw pizza or some lovely treats that the children like and I like and everybody likes, to let you see what some of the foods that you can use that will help your mood as well and help us all get through this time together. Okay. Cooking also relaxes me. I don't know if that, do you cook? Does it relax you when you make things? So I can go in the kitchen with one idea and I can be there for hours because I have more ideas, and I'm making things and freezing. Sometimes I make it and my family eats it all at once because I like to cook. I like food, so I like to make nice foods, and I like to try different recipes as well. So feel free to share ones that you have on Sunday when we premiere our food video, as we're making this channel an overall well-being channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. So today I'm talking about being aware of inside and outside threats, and how we are aware of that, and how some of being aware of that can help to keep us safe as we live in this crisis. So there are lots of conversation going on around the virus and the pandemic and what's going on, and I know sometimes that can make the fear heightened for a lot of people. So need to be aware of what's going on outside and what's going on inside. And inside don't necessarily mean in your house. Inside mean what's going on in your mind, what's happening for you, what are your thoughts, what are your thought processes. And this is going to be done in parts because we can't do justice in a 20-minute video. But just being aware of what's happening outside. So outside is different, isn't it? Outside has changed. When you go in the supermarkets, for example, you can go in one way and come out another. And because I don't go to the supermarkets often, when I go to Tesco, I get confused. And my husband, last time I went with him on Sunday, he's saying, "Come, you can't go through that door. You have to go through this one." But going in the supermarkets, that for one is different. You have sanitizers, you're wiping down, you're spraying. There's all this thing going on. So there is this threat level that is there that can be felt, and you see it. And sometimes if you walk too close to someone, I remember getting a really evil stare from someone because when the supermarket had a one-way system, I was going the wrong way up the one way because I needed some vegetables and hummus. And I was going the wrong way, and this woman looked at me really bad, and I said, "Am I going the wrong way in the one-way system?" And she kind of grunted yes. So there's all of this going on out there, that might increase your level of anxiousness and your level of anxiety because of the threats that are out there. The sanitizers, the mask, all of that stuff. And I know lots of people have thoughts about it. So just to be aware that the level of anxiousness that might induce is something to be aware of. So preparation is important. Planning before you go out is important. Planning what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? Planning, where you're going, um, how are you going to operate and stuff like that. I know that I like to look at people, do eye contact and smile when I walk past, but now if I'm smiling nobody can see because I'm in a mask, and if they're smiling we can't see either. And I know people struggle to take their mask off to have a conversation the way we would have an impromptu conversation around which apples are the best, or do these lemons look good, or do you buy this oil or this one? And we could have a conversation. Sometimes I'd have a conversation in the supermarket with someone around, oh, so what do you make with that? Or somebody will ask me, you're choosing that vegetable. What are you going to do with it? And we'd have a conversation around cooking and food in the supermarket. And some of that is somewhat taken away because people are a bit more anxious and nervous, but I think we can still have the conversation through the mask to lower the threat level for ourselves and what we feel and experience in our own bodies. We might be able to lower that for ourselves by, do eye contact, and we can smile with our eyes still. We can look at people kindly. We can look at people with care, and we can look at people with kind eyes. And people are able to see that and to sense that, and to be aware that the outside threat might make your body tense, and you might be holding yourself in. So when you're walking about, to just try and be relaxed and look at people with kind eyes and make eye contact, and if your body is relaxed and your eyes are kind, people need that because it's so stressful out there now. We all need that. So try and do that for someone. Try and do that as you're going about your day, as you're walking, as you're doing walking, as you're doing your exercise outdoors, or as you're just taking the children for a walk, as you're doing anything. Try and do that, to look at people with kind eyes, to make eye contact, to have a relaxed body, to how we like to talk about the weather 2 meters apart, of course, but try to minimize the impact on your body and your anxiousness by doing what you can to change what's going on in the environment around us, to lower the threat level for you and for the others. And we need to be aware also of the internal threats. What's going on in our thoughts? What's happening for you when the news report flashes up on your screen? When you sit and watch the 7 o'clock news, and when you're hearing that the virus is spreading in your area, what's going on for you internally? What's going on for you when your children are asking questions that you can't answer? And your neighbors have it, family members have it. Some of you may have lost people through the virus already, or know somebody who has. So be aware of what's going on internally for you. And it's important that you're not dismissive of what's happening, that it's reality. This is what's happening for me. This is what I think about it. This is how I feel about it. Because unless you own and accept those things, then you won't be able to do anything to fix it. So first we have to accept that this is how I'm feeling, this is why I'm feeling it, and we don't have to reason it out. We don't have to reason out how we feel. It doesn't have to be justified. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just is. Because when you can accept that this is, then that's how you know what to do about it. So when you accept that it is what it is, then you can begin to, like, okay, so these are my thoughts. This is where I feel it in my body. I carry it in my shoulders, in my back, in my stomach, in my thighs. I feel immobilized. I can't move around efficiently. What can I do about it? You can stretch, you can exercise, and that's when move your shoulders around. I was saying some of this want to do jumping jacks for 5 seconds, put a timer on your clock. But if you're not aware of what's internally for you, then you won't be able to know what to do about it. When we're out, I know I've been in the supermarkets and somebody come close, and immediately I feel my body tense, and there's a jumpiness because I'm going, I wonder if do they have it? Have they had it? Are they immune? All these kind of things, because we've now been preconditioned, we've been programmed to think that something is wrong if somebody comes closer than 2 meters to us. So just be aware that those things are having an impact as well. They're having an effect. And I'm always saying, the children around us are absorbing all of this, and so they're experiencing their own internal and external threats. And as adults, how we manage it helps the children to manage it in healthy ways too. So I wanted to just talk to you about that today, to be aware of what's going on internally, to be aware of what's going on externally. Also, in terms of internal, the environment, how you manage your home, what you let in, how you do things. I know for people that are a little bit older, this is such an inconvenience, and they don't want to be bothered. I was talking to my dad about, when he gets home, to wash his hands and to clean his phone, and reinforcing what my sisters told him, and he's like, I don't want to be controlled by this virus. And I'm like, Dad, it's not about being controlled, it's about being safe. So he was, to some extent, in denial about the level of threat that was external. But denial won't help us. We have to be aware and have a plan of what we're going to do in order to stay safe and to help those around us be safe. So that conversation was an education, just like, this is what you need to do and this is why we need to do it. And I know it's a bother, but it's really important. But also able to hear his anxiousness, hear what was going on for him, and be able to listen to his thoughts, and provide a space for him to be able to externalize his internal threats, and to be able to hear him and validate them, so he could, leave him okay, that he was going to be okay. So I know that there are lots of people that are struggling more than others, but I want you to know that it's a time of uncertainty for all of us. And an awareness and an acceptance and acknowledgement and knowing what to do will help us to get through it together, safer. All of us emerging on the other side with good sense of self and well-being and all that. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me every day. Thank you for sharing the videos. The channel is growing, and we're really looking forward to more people joining us on this journey. Tomorrow, I think I have somebody to interview, and for the rest of the week, there's more things that are going to be happening here on our channel. So please share and like the videos. Put the notification on so you'll know when we're on live, 1 p.m. every weekday. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.